Good morning, campus family. You're tuned into the Campus Morning Show, your most authoritative campus show with insightful conversations. I'm your host, Gifty Sedem. Ever wondered if aspirants are truly satisfied with the total conduct of the general elections? And do you think the current SRC are delivering on their promises? Joining me today is Mr. Ben Nyoke, a 2024-2025 SRC presidential aspirant. Good morning, Mr. Nyoke. You're welcome to the Campus Morning Show. How has your day been going today?
Good morning. Good morning to your viewers. Thank you for having me on the show. Life has been good. I'm doing well. Then I'm grateful to be here today.
We're grateful to have you today.
Thank you.
Let's discuss about the past general elections.
Okay.
How is the general overview in your opinion? What is the ratings you'd give to the elections and everything with it?
Okay. So I would say that last year's election was an upgrade of 2 years ago's election because after election 2 years ago, that was 2023-2024 academic year, there was an issue of petition and all that, but fortunately for us, last year, there were no petitions, which means they had beefed up their work. They did well last year. So I think I'll give them 8.5 over 10.
Okay. Can you please tell us a little about the petitions for we who don't know?
Well, one party thought she was cheated. So that's how come the petition thing came about.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you would give the current voting elections 8.5.
Oh, yes.
That is the total up 10.
Yes, they did well. They did well. Electoral Commission did well because they've learned from their mistakes from the previous year. So they, upgraded, if you like, on their system. So there were no issues of quote-unquote malpractice that a petition was raised against last year. So yes, I give them 8.5.
Okay. So what were some general challenges you faced during the whole election from campaign and everything?
Yes, so the challenge I faced, and then my team was, I'll just talk about one, was the working timeline of the EC. So after the reading of the manifesto, we should be given time to go out and then, sell the message. But unfortunately, the time given us was too short, and then it affected the whole work. Yeah, so that's the challenge I would say I face.
Okay. So do you think, apart from this challenge you mentioned, do you think the whole election process was fair?
Yes, election is a process, so it is before, during, and after. And then I think throughout those process, everything went well. Yes, it went well because the chairperson of the commission, Dr. Salanyako, if you know her, she's a result-oriented person, and then she'll deliver. Yeah, so that's how come we had a successful election last year.
Okay. So do you think the current SRC leadership is delivering what they promised to do?
Well, they haven't met my expectations yet, but it's early this year, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and then look forward to that. Since we have some few months ahead of us before their tenure ends, they will deliver on the mandate they've been given because they made a lot of promises to the students. That's how come they were voted for. So I expect that they will deliver on same. So let's give them some time.
Okay. So between when they were voted in power and now, do you think there's something that they did that you think you could have done a way better?
Yes. So in terms of sporting activities, on campus, unfortunately we don't have a pitch. In our manifesto, we promised to, do that. That's the football side. My focus was on basketball because we have a basketball team here that goes to Dumasi to train. If I stand to be corrected though. So we had people who were to come on board to build a basketball court for our team because every school has this particular sport that they think they are good in. So if we cannot even do well in all sporting activities. We should have a particular unique one that we think that if you mention it, let's say a basketball, they should say USD. That was the focus. But unfortunately, that hasn't been done. So I think on the face of sports and activities that, or entertainment, sports and entertainment, in that regard, I think they've not really done much. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Nyoke, for your time today. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on your program. I'm happy. I'm happy to be part of this program. Thank you.
And now I have here with me Ms. Henrietta Johnson, a 2024-2025 SRC General Secretary aspirant. Good morning, Ms. Henrietta.
Good morning.
Nice having you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, how was your day going?
So far, it's good.
Okay, so I would want to ask you, how, in your opinion, would you describe the conduct of the EC?
Personally, I'll say it was fair and efficient in the sense that I had to study the whole student handbook to go and sit in a sit-in with EC members and some students. And I didn't know what questions they were going to ask me, so I was kind of nervous. Yeah, but I was happy to answer like most of the questions they threw at me.
Okay, that's good. Do you recall like some of the questions they asked you?
Yes. Yeah, one question was they asked me to name the current general UN secretary.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the country he's from.
Wow.
I remember getting his name correct, but the country I couldn't get it.
So do you know it now?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
He's Italian.
Okay. And
Or not.
name?
No, stop. No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that is great. It helps you broaden your knowledge on stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think the timing of the elections helped you? Was it convenient for you?
Not quite, because if I remember correctly, I think after the election and then the voting process, the following week was revision.
Okay.
So imagine losing that election, even if you are studying.
Yeah.
I kind of remember like losing. Yeah, so it was just a little bit sad.
Okay. But then I hope you're able to do everything right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
So how do you see the state of our EC formation? Do you think right now it is better than, let's say, 2 years ago, or you think it's the same?
Oh, I'll say it's okay. In the sense that when I went to the sit-in, I saw some familiar faces. So even though I went there nervous because of those faces, it made me a little bit calm.
Okay.
Seeing my fellow colleagues there.
Okay. So do you think it is good for people to go through the SRC elections, as in to be aspirants, or you think it is a waste of everything?
So I would say it's good because I'm passionate about leadership. Yeah, so me going for that position, at least I tried it. And even though I didn't get it, it's one of the many small steps to greatness. So I don't regret going for that. So if you have any leadership skills or passion, yeah, you can go for the position.
So what do you think is an advice, or what advice would you give for upcoming aspirants for the next elections? You think they should go for it? You think they should budget for it? Like, what kind of ideology should they have before entering into it?
Okay. So the budget, you will need a budget, because I know I had to ask my lecturers to support with the campaign process, because you need to be taking transport in and out. You have to transport some of your team members here to help with it, because some of them, they may know some people you don't, so they will talk on your behalf. Yeah, and I would also say you should stay positive. Yeah, there's life after elections. Please don't go and make enemies of your opponent. There's life after elections. They're your friends, not your enemies. So stay positive. That's what I have to say.
Okay, so do you think the election was fair enough in your opinion? You think you could have done better, or something happened?
I would say I could have done better, because of this election. I had to go and meet people, talk to them, and some people even said I don't have a friendly face and I don't greet them. Yeah, all those questions come up. They'll be like, they've never seen me on campus before, but I still talk to them, yeah, and ask for their votes. But like the results I got in the end, even though I couldn't talk to a lot of people, I still got people to vote for me. So I'm very happy with the result.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So that is all for today's episode on the Campus Morning Show. I hope you learned a lot. Don't forget to follow us on the UESD Insider on all our social media platforms. Thank you.